Well, hey everybody, it's Doug here. Doug Herring on YouTube, Doug Mystic Guy, Board Game Geek, bringing you episode 2 of our playthrough of the game This War of Mine. Now, I learned a lot from the last session, and again, I want to remind you that this is my first time playing the game ever because there was a theory that you didn't need to read the rules to play, so I started right out of the gate and said, I'm just going to play it as suggested. So far, that's not worked out too terribly badly. I think I had, a couple bumps, had to figure a few things out, made a few mistakes. I'm not going to bother to change. That's okay. It's okay. We're going to have some. This type of game, I want to say have fun with it, but the theme is so heavy. Don't get me wrong. I'm having fun with it. It's just a challenging theme. You're playing some survivors that suffered or suffering in a war. They're not soldiers. They don't have military training or any way to really protect themselves. They're trying to survive in a burned out old house and scrape together enough to not die of misery and hunger and fatigue and wounds and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, we're here with our 3 folks, Boris, Sveta, and Amelia. We're going to get right to it and see if we can continue on with our lives and see if we can survive the war. And that's what we're attempting to do. So the first thing that happens is we have a morning part of our turn. Now again, the other part of the unique thing, if you missed the first episode, is when this is the players don't control a character each. The players control the game, and for each segment of the game, you're going to pass the book around and the different actions around and take turns. So in the morning phase, the only thing we're going to do is draw an event card and play it and see what happens. Then we're going to go to our day phase where we take all these actions. Hopefully by the end of that, I've been able to find some darn food because I'm concerned, okay? Because at dusk, if we can't eat and get some water in us, our people are going to suffer, and it's going to make it much more difficult for me to get out and scavenge. And we don't want that. So let us go to the events cards and see what happens next. Okay, here's our first event. The other one was a chapter card, so it's not as bad. Oh, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 2 cold tokens to the space. So let me get those. They look like this, and they're going to go up in here. So we have 2 cold tokens in the space, and this is famine. Now we knew this was coming because I was able to take a little gander at it. It says place this card on the findings pile. If any card is already there, remove that card from the game. Okay, there's not. That means there's no card on top of the findings pile. The value of canned food, raw food, and vegetables is raised by 3. Okay, we'll see what that means as we play it out. I really don't know exactly what that means yet, that's raised by 3. So we'll have to see. I only have 1 food in my storage right now. That's a very bad thing. So we have to really think about that as we go on to our next day. We have some hunger and fatigue already. Yeah, it could go unwell for us. We're going to have to see how this plays out. But next thing we're going to do is go to our day phase. It says a new day begins outside is an outgoing conflict. I read this in the first one, so I'm not going to read it again. But basically, it's going to be the same thing. We're each going to take our actions. Now, there's a challenge there in that our characters, 2 of them are fatigued and we're hungry. Now, the hungry does not affect our actions yet, but the fatigue does. See, that black dot means it absorbs one of our actions. So with the fatigue, these 2 folks are only going to have 1 action, but Sveta's going to have 3 because she slept the night away on the bed that we built. That was helpful. So how this normally plays out is, as a player, I would take the actions of my characters and I would do something with them. Okay? And then after I do those actions, resolve them, then the next player would take the next set of actions, and so on and so forth. So, but we're going to start with our actions. I think the first person that's going to take an action is going to be, Amelia. What she's going to do is, and this is Amelia here. She's a little book person. She was a lawyer, actually, in her previous life. she has her journal. She can actually raise her fatigue and lower her misery, but we don't have any misery yet. I'm sure we will, but we don't yet. And we also have to keep track of that famine card. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go first. We've uncovered some furniture, so we're going to go check that out. Now, movement in the board is not in spaces. Any empty space I can move to, so that's fine. But we're going to take Amelia, and we're going to move her here to this furniture space. So right now, I'm just going to get everybody in place, and then we'll take the actions that we have. Now, we're not down here in the basement yet, so that's a problem. We got to dig through this rubble, which we may do. I'm not sure yet, but we have some other things that we can do. So we're going to do those. I think, and this is going to be a pretty, this is going to be a tough one for me because I think we need to do this, but there's a risk here. And I believe that Sveta, who in my mind is she's great, she's got high empathy, she deals with people well, is going to take a little bit of a risk, and she's going to step outside to meet some visitors. You can go outside as an action. It says, roll the black die first. If a 1 is rolled, the character placed here is hit by a sniper and suffers 2 wounds. Hopefully that doesn't happen to us. Now we're going to draw and resolve a visitor card. If the number of characters in the group is 2 or less, search the visitor's deck for the first arrival card and resolve it. We don't have that problem. We have 3 characters. So she's going to go there, and then we're going to take Boris, our big dude, and he's going to go up the ladder to this closed door where he's going to take one of our 2 lock picks and pick that lock to see if we can get into this. Has got to be good stuff. That's all I'm saying. Got to be. There's a lot to get through here to get there. And we could also go downstairs and go to this rubble remnants. Actually, that's the hole. It should be discarded. It's out of the game. Yeah, so let me put that away. We have a hole there to the discard. We can get down here into the... Well, no, we can't. Actually, it's okay. Don't worry about what I'm saying. I got rid of a card. Okay, that shouldn't be on the board. But we got the heap, we got the furniture, so we moved everybody. Now I'm just going to take the turns. I'm going to take the actions. I think this will be simpler for me. Normally you just resolve them as you go. Okay, so Amelia is searching here for the furniture. We're going to turn this over and see what we got. We get 1 raw food. Thank God we got a food. So I'm going to get that out. 1 raw food that's going into our pile. 1 mechanical parts. I got to get out of mechanical parts. I'm going to have to look for one of those. I know where they are, but I don't have them handy. 1 sugar and 1 wood. So we're going to get that out of the furniture section that we've uncovered. Here's our mechanical part. That goes in storage. We have an electrical part and a mechanical part now. We also get a sugar, which looks like so. And we're going to get a wood. So 1 more piece of wood is going to go into our pile. That's good. We got quite a bit of wood. We're going to definitely try and build something with all the stuff we've gathered. Thank you, Amelia, for finding these valuable goods. This piece of wood goes into our storage. Okay, so picking the lock requires a die roll. On a 1 to 3, we have no effect. On a 4 to 10, we would discard the lock pick, but then we get to resolve the back of the card. Let's see if we can do that. We rolled a 2, so he did not pick the lock. That is a bummer. Lock pick goes back into storage. He comes back to the guard area where he tells Amelia he was not very good at lock picking. And now we're outside with Sveta. Let's go check that out. Okay, so Sveta's got to roll a black die. That's this D10. We don't want to roll a 1. We didn't. We rolled a 5. So we're okay. Now we're going to draw a card from the visitors pile. I don't know if I shuffled this, so I'm going to give it a quick shuffle just to be sure. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get in a visitor pile. Okay, arrival. A feverish stranger asks for shelter. Okay. If you decide to take this person in, draw a card from the unused character deck and add them to your group. Place a level 1 illness token on them. Roll the black die for each character in your group and raise their illness by 1 on a result of 1 to 3. Add bandages, a shotgun, and 1 ammo to the storage. Then remove the arrival card. If you decide not to take this person, we can trade. We're going to take him because we want 4 characters in our group. So the next thing we do is we get the characters out and shuffle that up and see who comes to visit us. Now, nobody else has an illness token, so I guess we raise their illness by 1. I guess we would add an illness token if we don't have one, but we're going to have to roll for everybody. Let's see who we get. Oh, we get Pavel. Oh, he's good. He's a tough guy, man. Well, his prowess is 1, but he can carry some stuff, and he's got fleet of foot. When Pavel is in the group fleeing from combat, reduce the number of backstab wounds by 2. That's good for Pavel. So we're going to put him with the rest of our characters, and then we have some things we have to do in that regards. But while we're doing that, I am going to get out the other things that he brings with him. So he brings bandages. That is good for wounds. So there's the bandages. A shotgun. That is awesome. That is really, really helpful. It doesn't say a broken shotgun either. It says a full-on shotgun. So I have to find that. I will find that and be right back. Okay, here is our shotgun. That is awesome. And our ammo token that comes with him. Then I got to find his miniature too, and put a colored standee on him and get him out here. So I will find Pavel. I think I already have. Let me just check his miniature there. No, I got to look for him. Hold on just a moment. Okay, so here's Pavel. We're going to give him the green base. We're going to put him in the building, and that's going to mark that he is the green player. Now we got to do some rolls for illness. So I'm going to roll. First off, we need to roll a. We're going to put an illness token on Pavel himself. He is ill. He's going to need to rest. I don't know how to get rid of the illness token. That's a bad thing. So he's ill, but let's roll then for Boris. Let's hope he does not become ill. He does not. He rolls a 4. Saveta rolls a 9. She's fine. And Amelia rolls a 3. Amelia is ill as well. That is not good for us. So I'm going to get that illness token out. So she already contracted. Let me make sure it's 3 characters, not 1. For each character in your group. So Amelia is fatigued, hungry, and now she is ill, which hits one of her actions. Now I'm going to assume, it doesn't say that when someone comes in new they don't get their actions, so I think that Pavel will get his actions. He's ill, he's got 2 actions. The other people have, now Amelia, she had 2 actions. She's only got 1 now because she's taken sick. Boris still has another action. She still has 2, so we've used 1 action from everybody so far. Before we get into actions, I was double checking on statuses, and there's some good news there. So this represents your 3 actions. If 2 statuses take away your 3rd action, you lose your 3rd action, but you still have 2. So Amelia still has 2 actions. Everybody currently, except for Sveta, has 3. Has 2 actions. So with Boris and Amelia, we were on our Boris, Amelia, and Sveta were on action 2. Pavel were on action 1, so when Sveta gets to go again, Pavel will get to go as well. So, but Boris and Amelia are going to take their final turns right now. So I think that what we're going to do, see, if I'd gone up to the, well, either way, I got to pick some locks. So I think Boris is going to go and try the lockpick again. And he's taking the lockpick with him. And it's not that he's particularly good at it or anything. It's just he's the same as anybody else. Also, I want to. I think because I have the ability to build some things, and I'm going to build. I'm thinking of since there's some cold coming in, a rainwater collector would be good. I don't have a filter, do I? I'm missing a filter. I would need a filter for that. I could build a radio. Nope, can't do that. Moonshine still. Nope, can't. Well, yeah, I could build a moonshine still. Build a metal workshop. I could build a metal workshop, which would be able to give us some item crafting, weapon parts and items. I could build an herb garden, which would give us some cultivated herbs. Let's see, can I build that? Yeah, 1 mechanical part, 4 components, and a wood to build the herb garden. Or I can build a dreadful trap, or deadfall trap. 2 mechanical parts, 5 components, and 1 wood. I can also create, I think I need a, which one do I need to create barricades in that? I think it is the workshop, right? Makes filters, repairs guitars, make parts, and I can board up. So, but to build a workshop, I would need 1 mechanical. I can build a workshop. 5 components and 3 wood. So I think for Amelia's action, she is going to build this workshop. So it's in our stuff, and this is what it looks like. It says, build a workshop, shows the parts that you need right on it. 1 mechanical part, 5 components, and 3 wood. And we're going to build that next to on the other side of the bed here. So we have some space. I think what we're going to do is we're going to build it here. So we're going to need to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mechanical parts, 5 components, 1 mechanical part, which we have here, and 3 wood, which we definitely have, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so, and I'm going to take let me see, Amelia's going to build that even though she's coughing and sick. She's going to try and get that workshop built so we can get some cool things done. Okay, that's what she's going to do. Now, I'm using this as a planning stage for myself. Like I said, normally you'd go do it and take the action. I'm trying to plan out because I'm doing all the planning by myself and thinking by myself. So I want to make sure we're doing it okay. Now, what do we do? What do we do? I think the next thing we'll do is Sveta, she wants to do some manual labor. She is going to go down here, this rubble, and she's going to take the shovel with her, and she's going to dig that rubble out right there. So we have Pavel left. What's Pavel going to do? We don't have another shovel. He can't build anything. He might just poke about. So I think that's what we're going to do with him, is he's going to poke about. Also, I did need to shuffle. I don't know what circumstance we would use these story elements, but because we read what happened, it doesn't say to use the story element in any of these items. So I don't know, but this gets shuffled back into the visitor's deck. So I'm going to do that right now so we don't forget. And everybody is assigned to their actions. And one of the good news is that tonight somebody, probably Sveta, is going to guard the door with a shotgun. Take those clowns out if they come to attack us. Perhaps. Okay, let's start with the easy one. We'll start with Sveta in the rubble. All we do is she goes back to the station. This comes off, and we flip this over. We have to do it one more time to clear it out so we can get to that heap there. And then we're going to go to, I think we'll go up to Amelia. So Amelia, we basically are going to claim all these items. We're going to build the workshop right there where we need it built, and all of these items are going to go away for us. That's a bummer. We could certainly use them, but I'm just going to put them off to the side, not in the trays, because I'm sure we'll get some of them back quickly. Alright, so basically we just take all those off. We're going to flip the workshop over, and now we have a workshop. So what can the workshop do? She's going to go back to their station right there. For one component and 4 wood, we can place a board-up token on one of the holes in the shelter. They help us against night raids and stuff. We can make parts for each a part for each 2 components, 1 mechanical or 1 electrical. We can make a filter for each component. We can repair the guitar if we have the broken guitar. And after resolving this action, we put the appropriate tokens to the storage if they create something for us. So that's a very, very good thing. So we've got a bed and a workshop going. That's pretty awesome. Now let's go over to Boris. We're going to try and pick that lock again. Once again, let's see if we can get through it. A 6 we did. We picked this lock. So this, unfortunately, when you pick the lock, it says discard the lock. So we have lost the lock pick, but we get to flip this over. And it says we're going to get 1 component and 1 wood. So 1 component is right here, and 1 wood back is right here. That's good. That means we still have 4 wood and 3 components in our stash. And then this card will leave us. And we're going to have Boris come back. Now the only one we have left is our new guy, Pavel. He's kind of sick, so he's just poking about in the basement. We're going to see what he's going to add to our storage with a D10 roll. Hopefully he rolls high. That's the second time I rolled a 1 here. So I think we'll gain, since we have more wood, we're going to gain 1 more component. And that was his deal right there. That was our second actions. So a number of people do not get third actions. Actually, the only 2 that are going to go now are Pavel and Sveta. They still have actions left. What are we going to do with them? Well, I think we're not going to get to that heap this turn because we have to dig through the rubble first. So I think Sveta will first dig through the rubble. She's going to go back there, and we're going to give her the shovel. She's going to dig through that. And then I think, what we might do, since we have 4 wood, is create a board-up section for our house and board up the holes that let the cold and the bad guys in. Let's take a look at that. So Pavel is, now I still, I don't have enough food for anybody, it's really bad, but Pavel is going to go here, and he's going to do the first action, which is make board up. So we're going to spend 4, and I'm just going to take the action now. We're going to spend all 4 of our remaining wood, and we're going to make a board up right here. And you can see that there's a hole right here. So we're going to board up that part right there so the guys can't sneak through the back door to get us. And it'll block some of the cold. There's some other holes. There's a hole there. Well, there's 2 or 3 other holes in the board. You have to look for them, but they're there. And if we board those up, then we can protect ourselves better. That's going to be basically his entire turn. And then the simple turn for Sveta. She is going to go back here and with her shovel, and we're going to remove this rubble from the board. And it is done. So the rubble is gone. Now we can get to that heap next turn, and we can clear this area out. And there's one of the other holes right there, you can see. Okay, that is going to mark our actions. But now we go to, we go to our dusk phase. Okay, so here's a problem. First thing that happens in our dusk phase is we need to consume water. I only have 2. So we're going to give 1 to Amelia for sure, because I don't want to add a 4th status token to her. And I think we'll give 1 to, we only have to roll for the ones we don't give something to. I think I'll not give the other one to Sveta, since she's fine. So so we will give the other one to, so first one we give to Amelia, she's blue. I'm going to put that next to her right there. And then the second one I think we'll give to Boris. He's going to drink, because he's got 2 statuses. So they drink water, the other 2 don't, which means we roll a die. So here's how this works. We're going to roll a die first for Pavel. He rolls a 7, which means we're going to raise misery by 1. That's bad, so he gains a misery. Let's get a misery out. I mean, basically we're already getting horrible things happening to us, right? Anyway, here's a misery. So he's misery 1. It doesn't affect us yet. He's just a little unhappy, a little sad. And then we're going to do the same roll for Sveta. What does she roll? She rolls a 1. So on a 1, that means her hunger is going to go up. Well, she's already got hunger of 1, so it's going to go up to 2. She's super hungry now. Okay, and then so that's our water, and we don't have any more water. We've got to get water, guys. Bad, bad. We need water. Okay, next up, we're going to eat. Okay. The raw food here, and again, I don't know how this affects us. I think this only affects us, the value. I think this only affects us when we're selling and trading. See these values here? It's that. So, like this raw food is actually valued at 13. These vegetables are valued at 8, for example. I think that's the way that works. But again, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now that means that we need to figure out who's going to eat. And that's another problem because people are hungry. I think Boris is going to eat 1 because he is actually not hungry. Well, I take it back. Because anybody we can't give food to, we're going to raise our hunger by 1, and that's going to put Sveta at it. So Sveta is going to eat the, let's see, she'll eat the raw food. That'll actually lower her hunger by 1. So she's going to eat the raw food, and that's going to go away. That's bad. But her hunger actually goes from a 2 back down to 1 because she ate, and that's a good thing. And then the vegetables, we're going to have, I think, once again, Boris, because Boris is our guy that needs to get out and do things at night. But yeah, okay. And Amelia's already got level 1 things that are blocking her, so he's going to eat the vegetables, which means his hunger will not increase. However, Pavel is going to get a hunger token. So he's hunger level 1, and our good guy Boris actually is going to go to. Wait, didn't I have Boris eat the vegetables? So he stayed the same. It was Amelia. Yeah, it's nope. Oh, it was going to be Amelia. She's going to go up to level 2 on that because she's already lost her 3rd action. So we got to get some food into this place right here. Okay, but that ends our dusk phase. Now we got everybody in the place. We're going to go to evening phase. Now we have to make some decisions. We're going to see who sleeps on the floor, who sleeps in the beds, who goes on guard duty, and who goes scavenging. We definitely need to do some scavenging because we're in a deep world of trouble, right? So we got everybody here in the lobby. I'd really like Boris to. So what does Fatigue 2 do? Okay, Fatigue 2, which he will get. So he's going to have to sleep the next night because we're going to send Boris out scavenging. Okay, he's going to go. He's the best scavenger with a 6. He's going to take the other lockpick in case he needs it. Putting that on his character sheet just to mark it. I could send Pavel with him too, but Pavel is ill and he needs to sleep. And I don't know if sleeping helps him. It just said that's just fatigue. So if we sleep on the floor, we're going to lower our fatigue by 2. So that would be helpful to somebody. I think Amelia. See, Boris is actually one should sleep, but Amelia is going to sleep in the bed. So that'll wipe out her fatigue completely. So I put her in the bed. She's going to sleep there in the bed, and that is over here. Just for your note. We got Pavel on guard duty with our shotgun. He is going to stand guard at the door, and then we're going to do something with Sveta. What is she going to do? I mean, she could go scavenging with Boris and bring back some stuff. She's not tired at all. She's the one that slept in the bed the other night, which means she'll get some fatigue. But that means we're only going to have, well, so Pavel doesn't have any fatigue. He'll get fatigue 1, which does take one of his third action. So I think we're going to do that. I think she's going to run off with our guy, Boris, to do some scavenging. They're going to go together. Okay. Now, so we got one person on guard duty. That's good. We have one person sleeping in the bed. That's good. And we got 2 people in the scavenging mode. So we can have up to 3 characters do that. We're going to raise their fatigue immediately by 1. So Pavel is going to go up to fatigue level 2, and so is and then our girl Sveta is going to get fatigue level 1. So again, I'll show you their statuses when we're done with the turn, so you can see what statuses they're in at this moment in time. We're building up quite a bit. I don't like that. That's probably a bad thing. So we have, I think we're going to go straight to the shelled school. It has, the only problem is it doesn't have any food. And the ruined villa does, we're only going to draw 12 exploration cards there. I think only drawing 10. See, the warehouse is still there. It's got, that reason I went there the first time is because of the amount of food. It has food. But I think we're going to go to the ruined villa. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So we're right here in this space here, and these are the 3 locations that we can visit. If we go here, it's 14 cards we get to go through. We can carry up to 8 items. It's pretty good. But the school, I don't know how much food we're going to find, and that's a problem. The ruined villa has some food right on its special findings table, as does the warehouse. So, okay, let's do this. We're going to go to the school, and we're going to shuffle up and draw 14 cards in our into our pool here. So we're going to get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. This is going to go back in our deck. Now, I'm going to do this right this time. I'll show you how we do it. Not that I did it wrong, it's just a space for it. So the exploration cards go here. Now, the first thing we do when we go into a space, and I got to put the noise level back to 1, is we're going to, actually it's not even on the board yet, it's off. We're going to start drawing our cards, and we're going to take some actions based on that. So the first one we draw, let's see what we get. Come on guys, have some good luck here. You may ignore this card or return 2 cards to save it and use it anytime during a scavenging phase. We've seen this one before, the hiding place. After rolling for noise, you may discard this card to ignore an encounter or to perform a backstab. I think we're going to ignore this card. So it's going to be discarded. We're going to draw a next card. Reality impact. Something unexpected has happened. Draw from the colors deck to determine the color of the script. Then draw a card from the exploration deck and check the number of the color. Find that number in the book of scripts and resolve the text. Okay, we're going to do that. Here's the deck of colors, so we're going to flip that over. It's red, so we're going to go to the next exploration card. Oh, I didn't feed the dog, so I have to see if the dog is going to run off on us. I'll check that in a minute. Anyway, tough luck, roll for noise. That's not a big deal because we're not doing that. We're doing this, and it's red. So we're gonna visit. Here's the card. Sorry, we're gonna visit 212 in the book of scripts. Again, spoiler alert, guys. I'm going to tell you some story that's going on here, but there's a lot of stuff in here. I wouldn't worry too much about it. 212. The letter lying on the table immediately catches our eye. Dear Mom, today Bosco and I are crossing the wall that divides the city. You know, we can't stay here any longer. Bosco isn't safe here any longer. He could die because he's from here. He's one of them. You know, I have to do this. We want to be together no matter what. You wouldn't leave Father in a situation like this, would you? Don't worry about me. Bosco will take care of me, and his mom is over there. I feel better knowing that you're not worrying about me on this side. We'll call you the moment we get to a safe place, and when the war is over, we'll come back, I promise. I love you. Your admirer. Your admira. We take a look around. The door to the next room is open. In a corner facing the window, an old woman sits in an armchair. She looks like she's sleeping. She's clutching a crumpled up newspaper in her hand. The woman is dead. It takes a while to notice the empty bottle of sleeping pills in her lap and a few tablets strewn on the floor. That's so terrible. Wow. We pull the paper out of her dead hand, or we go back to the game. Oh, heck. Let's pull the paper out. That's entry 17. Why not? She's dead anyway. She won't miss it. We instantly notice one article illustrated with a photo of two dead bodies, Romeo and Juliet from a besieged city. Yesterday at noon, two young people tried to cross the border, dividing the besieged city in half. They were killed by sniper fire. Bosco, 25, B, 25, died on the spot. The woman, Admira I, 25, was wounded after falling to the ground. She managed to crawl to the man's body and put her arms around him and died shortly thereafter. God, this is terrible. Wow. At present, neither side has admitted to the killing, and unfortunately, neither side has collected the bodies of the young couple. They still lie where they were shot. Will anyone answer for this? We toss the newspaper aside. Go back to the game. Wow, that is a terrible story, man. Oh, that's rough. Sorry, kids. You got shot trying to get to the other side. Okay, we're going to draw our next exploration card. Hopefully get some stuff, man. That'd be nice. Map card. Check the current location for bars. No, it does not have bars. Okay, if there are no bars, discard this card and draw a new card from the exploration deck. Okay, so we're going to discard this card. What do we get now? Stairs down, looking for another way. Return 3 exploration cards or enter. Raise the noise by 3 and roll for noise. We're going to raise the noise by 3, so it's going to go up to 3, and then we're going to roll for noise. If I can find the black die somewhere. It's out here someplace. Where to go? There it is. Okay, we're going to roll for noise and see what happens. A 7. No noise, no problem. Okay, let's keep going. You may ignore this card or poke about. Return 1 exploration card and roll for noise. Choose 1 finding from the special findings chart from this location. Choose 1. Okay, so we got shells, chems, electrical parts, and bandages. I think, yeah, we'll poke about. Why not? And to do that, I think we're going to raise the noise level by 1 and roll 4. Okay. We rolled a 4, unfortunately. So we're going to draw from the residence deck. Let's shuffle that up real quick. So yeah, when we fail a noise roll, we draw from the residence deck and see what happens. Hopefully it's something good. Survivors. Determine the number of survivors you encounter. Roll the black die. Okay. 2. So we roll. We encounter 1 survivor. Place this card on the exploration slot. Until you leave this location, whenever you take anything from pantry or furniture, roll the black die result. You may return 1 exploration card to talk to the survivor or trade with them. At the end of scavenging, remove this card. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to debate on that later. Let's draw our next card. We don't have to decide on this yet and see what we get. Okay, search the pantry. Alright, so we're going to end up rolling the black die. If we roll a 1 to 4, we're going to have a problem. So, because we're definitely going to do this. Return 2 exploration cards or raise the noise level by 1 and roll for noise to draw and resolve from the findings deck. So we're going to return 2 cards. Boom. And boom. Okay, and then we're going to draw from the pantry, draw from the findings deck, which is underneath here right now, until the next turn. And we're going to look at pantry. So we got moonshine, coffee, and 2 cigarettes plus a die roll on the chart. So what else do we have? 1 is going to, God, we roll every time we roll on these charts. We roll 1. So the good news in the shelled school, that's nothing, of course. So we didn't get anything extra. What we needed was some food. But we're going to get these things now. Before I do that, I need to roll again. We rolled a 7, so whatever happened on the survivor card has not happened. And we're going to gain these things. So I'm going to gather them and put them in our pile. Okay, well, we're going to have some stuff to take back with us, but that is not going to help. So we're going to leave that out right now. We're going to continue with our exploration. So we got a couple cigarettes, some moonshine, coffee. We need food and water. Okay, what is next? Door. Peek through the keyhole. Return 1 exploration card to look at the next card in the unknown deck. Okay, that's right here. Or enter, roll the noise by 1, or raise the noise by 1, or roll for noise. I think we'll roll for noise. We're going to do that. Let's roll for noise. A 2, of course. So we're going to draw another resident. Let's see what we get. Hold on, let me get the shuffle them up. Okay, let's see. What do we get? Reality impact. Something unexpected happened. Draws a card from the colors deck to determine. Okay, we know what this does. Then draw the top card of the residence deck and resolve that. Okay, so let me shuffle the color. I'm just going to bring it over here so I don't keep moving the camera around. I'm going to shuffle the colors cards up, see what we get. Let's see. Gray. Okay, gray is going to be our color. So then we're going to draw the top card of the Residence deck, and we're going to look at the gray. It's 765. Let's see what that does in the book of scripts. So we're going to 765. This is probably the longest part of the game, I think. Now, normally, again, we'd be passing the book around, or passing the event around after every card draw would be a different player, so it'd be very engaging for the players to do this. It's not like one person just keeps going. So keep that in mind as you play. So 766, right? Just double checking. 766, yes. We can hear an old man weeping in the darkness. We can hear his body slam against the floor and his cry turn into a frustrated scream. Hello, anyone there? Help me, anyone, I can't get up. None of our business, back to the game. Let's see who it is and why he's calling us. 19. Okay, well, you know what? We're good guys. We're going to go and see if we can help this guy, and if he betrays us, tries to kill us, we'll kill him first. 19. I didn't bring any weapons, though, but Boris is pretty good. He's got 2 prowess. There's a man without arms lying on the floor. Oh, this is fantastic. 2 stubs of what used to be arms now sticking out from a torn, once trendy jacket. We see dirty bedding, a chair, and what little remains of a violin in the corner. The man hints at a bedsheet, which he apparently torn apart with his teeth. It's my rope. I made it myself, but I can't tie a noose. Help me out. What are you staring at? It doesn't look like I'll be playing it anymore. You can have the violin. Just help me put the noose around my neck, and that's all I'm asking. We can't help you or have it your way. You know what? We're also empathetic to the plight, and I think we're going to help him. We're going to help him do it. 1172. This is probably really bad. I mean, this is a really bad decision, maybe, but let's give it a try, right? We never found out who he was. We ran our way, and the attackers ran theirs. That's not right. That's a 12. Oops, sorry, wrong one. That's supposed to be 1172, not 1272. Okay, 1172. We honor the musician's last wish. We leave with the strange thoughts bouncing around in our heads. What he's doing might be the best option for some, but we can't be sure. Is there nothing in the mutilated body that can make us human? Would his family rather stand over his grave than talk to him? Was his life worth nothing? Was he now worth nothing to the world and to other people? We stop. We'd like to turn back and talk to him again, but it's too late. Now, back to the game. Okay, so I think, though, I guess I don't think we take the violin. I just think we go back to the game. That's it. We helped him do himself in. I'm going to look and see if there is a violin there, but let me check that. I'll be right back. There's a guitar. Okay, that's that. So let's pull this next one up. Search the heap. Oh, good. Heap. Now, with our guy, it's pantry and furniture, so we're okay with the heap. We can return 2 cards. That's all we have left, though. Or raise the noise by 1. Or raise the noise by 1 and roll the noise. Or draw and 2, draw and resolve. So we have 3 cards, but we don't have enough stuff. I'm going to shoot. Return, so raise the noise by 1 and roll the noise. I'm going to do that. So we're at a 5 on the noise. Let's see what we get. Come on now. Hold on. Yeah, I rolled a 5, so we're going to do that again. Let me put these back. Shuffle those up again, see what we get. At least the survivor's not trying to kill us, right? Guess we'll find out what happens now. Let's see. Survivors, okay. Determine the number of survivors. So right now we have 1, 6, so now there's 3 there total. 1 and 4 total. Place this card anytime we go in the pantry or furniture. Okay, what we'll probably do next is talk with him, but we have to return cards. So right now we're going to leave them alone because we want to search the heap. So we're going to draw a findings card and go to the heap section. Heap, mechanical part, shell, weapon part, and our die roll. So let's roll our die. Unreal. Do you know what I rolled? Can you see it? A 1. So there's nothing else there. I've done that every single time. So we get a mechanical part. Alright, I think I have a mechanical part around. I do. There's a mechanical part. We get a weapon part and a shell. I don't think I have a weapon part. Let me get that. There's a shell. And then I need to get the weapon part out. We'll do that, and here is a weapon part. So, boom, weapon part. Okay. Well, you know, we don't have this stuff yet. Well, actually, we do. I wonder if you can trade. It doesn't really say. I wonder if you can trade with these survivors and do that, because we can keep rolling through the deck. We're not offending anybody yet. That card's done. We got 3 cards left. Let's draw one more. Reality Impact. Draw a card of the color, then check the number with that color on the exploration chart on this location card. Okay, so we're going to actually do this location card. The one that's this thing here. So let's get our colored cards out. We're actually going to have an encounter at the school, which is interesting. So at the the Shelled school. So what color? Blue this time. We're going to have blue. Okay, so blue color. That means we're going to go to Exploration 113 in the Book of Scripts and see what happens. Wow, this is I guess sorry to take a long turn, guys. I apologize. These turns are quite long. Okay, 113. When we hear the first notes of a well-known melody, we can hardly believe it. We feel like someone turned the lights on after a very long sleep and the real world returned. A group of children play flutes. An older girl rhythmically hits a drum, and a woman behind them conducts a small choir. The words of a Christmas carol fill our heads with memories of our past lives. For a moment, all these months of fighting against omnipresent death seem like a bad dream. Somewhere in the distance, we can hear a gunshot, and the charm of the scene evaporates. The woman addresses the children. Don't be afraid. It's only a couple of days. The war will be over, and all will be well. And all of us will celebrate together. You have to practice. Everybody will come to listen to you. We'll go back to practicing. Trying not to attract any more attention, we quietly exit the room for a while. We listen to the melody and then go back to our own struggle. Back to the game. So that was a nice little story moment. We had that. Boom. We are done. Let's draw our next card and see. Well, do we want to talk and trade with the survivors? Because we need food and water. Okay, we're going to do this bigger group of survivors because I'm more worried about them. Let's take a look at them. We can return 1 exploration card. So we're going to do that. We're going to return it to the deck to trade with them. So we're going to trade 723 in the Book of Scripts. Let's hope they don't jump us. Try and take all of the stuff we've gathered. 723. Okay. 723. You may buy any of these tokens. See the journal with trade. Red, ammo, shells, weapon parts, broken pistols. See the trade sheet. I have to look at what's the trade sheet? Help! What's the trade sheet? I'll have to look that up. Okay, anyway. Does it say on the card, trade sheet? It does not. Okay. Or meds, bandages, herbal meds, herbs, and chems. What's the trade sheet? I have to look that up and see. I'm going to look in the book and see if I can find the trade sheet. Just a moment. Okay, so with this famine, raw food and vegetables are raised by 3, but they don't have any of those to trade, so I'm not worried about that. And on the trade sheet, it specifically says that there's a trade commission, and I'm trying to see what that is. I don't see anything that tells us what the trade commission is. It says trading is an action. Before trades begin, you must pay a trade commission first. It means you must discard tokens of the total value depicted in the trade description of a given card or script. It doesn't say anything. It just says talk to them or trade with them. So I'll go back to 723 and see if there's a number there in the entry of the book. I didn't believe there was, but let me look. 723, okay. Trade commission's 1. Okay, so we have to give up 1 point to trade, and we can trade for parts. I think I want to see if we can get some like herbal herbs or something to get rid of illness. We're clearly not going to get any darn food. That's just crazy. So the herbs are 1. So we have to pay 1, and the herbs cost 1. So it's going to take us 2. And I'm looking for to see if we also have the ability to get the herbal bandages, because those would be even more helpful, I think. And I'm going to look around for those. Hold on just a sec. Well, the herbal meds are 6. That's pretty rough, man. So, but what we can do, because I don't have any way to deal with these, but I can get a bunch of herbs instead and use them to try and help medicate ourselves when I build get something with the ability to do that. So I'm looking for some additional herb tokens. Okay, because that herb thing is too much. I think I'm going to get 3 herbs. And let me find those tokens. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to give up 1 coffee because we already have some coffee. So we're going to give that up as our payment. Then we're going to give up the bottle of moonshine, and we're going to replace that with 3 herbs. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items, and we have exactly 8 things we can carry, but we're down to 1 exploration card. This will go away. We don't have to worry about that anymore. It is discarded. We did the thing with the resonance. I think we'll just draw our last card and see. Search the heap. Raise the noise level by 1. Yeah, why not? It's going to go up to 6, and we're going to roll again. We haven't rolled well on that yet. Let me find the black die. Okay, let's see what we get. An 8! Wow, I finally don't have to worry about noise. And we're going to get to draw a card and look at the heap now. It says if we go pantry and furniture, we have to deal with the other survivors, but we don't, because this is going to be heap. It says a broken pistol and ammo is what we found in the pile. Then roll the black dice on the special findings chart. So let's hope we don't roll a 1. We rolled a 3, which results in the same thing, nothing. Okay, so we get the pistol, the broken pistol and ammo. There they are, which is going to make us make some choices, because we can only carry a total of 6, 7, and I already have the, we can carry a total of, what is their carrying capacity? So 8, right? So now we're done. We don't have any more cards. We're going to start putting everything back. We have completed our scavenging action. I'm going to look at that. Okay, the noise markers go back. Then we prepare the deck. Okay, now we choose our finding. Once you finish exploration, shuffle all the exploration resident cards decks. So we're going to do that. And also the other items, the findings deck. We got no food out of that. We're going to have to trade the next day, see if we can get some stuff from people before we have to worry about it. But then we get to choose and decide what we're going to take with us. We can take 8 items. I think we have some no-brainers. In the herbs, we traded for those specifically. We're going to take 3 of those. So then we're going to have, we got 2 more items because of the lockpick. I forgot I had the lockpick. We're going to have 2 more items with Boris that we can take. He's going to take the cigarettes because he has a special thing, right? If Boris, no, he doesn't. Yeah, he's going to take a cigarette because it matters to him. He likes cigarettes. That's 3, and I think we'll take, the mechanical, well, we're going to take the weapon parts. Even though mechanical parts would be more useful to us right now, we're going to take that. And then Sveta, she can carry 2 things. She's going to take the broken pistol and the shell for the ammo, and we're going to not take these 3 items here. That's a bummer, but we got quite a bit of stuff. I'm going to put those, then we go, so what do we do after that? We take all those, we look at the weight. This is only weight of 1, so we're still okay. All those things go back in our stuff. We got stuff in here, but no food to eat and no water. We've got to figure out how to get those things. I'm missing something on how to get those things. Then characters will make their way back to the shelter, and then we're going to go to the night raids section. Okay, for the night raid, we choose a weapon for the guard. Well, we know we gave the shotgun to Pavel, and he gets that. So then we're going to draw and resolve the top card of the night raid deck. What do we get? Well, reality impact. Something unexpected happens. Draw a card from the colors and reveal the top card of the night raid deck. Okay, so we know it's going to be this one. And we're going to draw a new color and see what happens with some people in the night. This is probably going to be really, really bad, alright? I have no idea. So let's draw a gray one. That's going to be 16 in the Book of Secrets. Oh no, 16. Let's see what we get. That seems really low. And these low ones told some really terrible stories. So hopefully nothing crazy happens to us. We'll have to see. But Pavel's there, and I got to check for the dog. Hey, I'm not a thief. Please open the door. I live nearby. For a while, we talked through the closed door. Finally, we open it. My name is Tedor. I've been living 5 houses down from here for a few days now. I'm a carpenter. And you know, if you need anything, I'll grab my tools and come over and try and fix whatever. Anyhow, you know where to find me. Write down Carpenter 16 on a blank token and place it in the storage. Carpenter, at the end of any dawn phase, you may discard tokens with a value of 5 or more and get the Carpenter. Thanks to his help, you may instantly place any fittings cards, discarding the required tokens resources. Furthermore, you may buy the required token from the Carpenter. See trade sheet. You may also buy wood components from him. Treat every one resource as if it has a value of 1. Okay, so we need to put Carpenter on a Carpenter 16. write down Carpenter 16 on a blank storage item. Okay, we'll do that. Well, I accidentally smeared the token when I was writing it already, so it's all messy, but I get it. It's the Carpenter. Okay, so we now have a Carpenter in our storage space, and we can use him as suggested. That ends the Night Raid deck. That wasn't terrible. Wow, I keep thinking these Night Raids are going to be really bad for us, and they haven't been. So, let's see. That ends the Night Raid. Okay, we don't have to worry about Prouse. Every boarded up token can deflect a wound or damage. We don't have to worry about that. We didn't draw the Crime Wave card. And we go to the next player. So, what happens next? We go back to the Dawn, okay? So, in the Dawn, the Scavenging Party returns. Oh, let me roll for the dog. Hold on. We rolled a 9. He stayed. So, the dog is still around even though we didn't feed him. He's hungry. Okay. We're going to then assign meds and bandages. If there are any meds, herbal meds, or bandages in storage, you may assign them to the ill or wounded by placing them on the chosen character cards. Well, I don't have any. I have herbs, so if we get something, we can build some. We can get some medicine. That's awesome, but we don't have anything yet. And then we're going to draw a fate card. So we're going to draw a fate card and see what happens next. Okay, here is our fate card. What happens with us here? Raise wounds of all wounded unbandaged characters by 1. We don't have any. Heal wounds of all. Okay, we don't have to do that. If cult tokens minus board tokens equal 3 or more, raise the illness. Okay, they don't. We have 2 cult tokens. We have 1 boarded token, so it's only 2. Exchange the nearest location. Resolve weight tokens. Resolve spirit B on all characters. Okay. And it says dodge lower wounds suffered for this round. I don't care about that. We're not fighting right now, but let's go do the rest of that. We got to replace the lowest location, or the nearest location, which I believe, yes, is close, distant, and far. So the nearest location is the shelled school, so that is going to go away. We're going to replace that with the quiet house. Oh, food, meds. Okay, we're going there, aren't we? All right, if we can do anything, then we'll see. And then we also have to resolve the B parts of our characters. Let's see what those do. So I'm putting the shotgun back. Pavel doesn't need it anymore. So another unique thing of each character. So B, we're resolving Spirit B. If Pavel is wounded, level 2 or 3, raise his misery by 1. He's not. Boris, habit, discard 1 cigarette from the storage or raise his misery by 1. Well, that is why I got the dumb cigarette. So he smokes a cigarette, he's happy dude. Okay, Sveta, habit, discard 1 coffee from the storage. Okay, discard 1 coffee from the storage or raise her misery by 1. Well, she's not miserable at all, but misery, I don't want, let's keep it off right now. She's gonna drink coffee. She got the coffee. Okay. And then last but not least, Amelia has a B and a C here. It says, if there are at least 2 cult tokens, which unfortunately there are, raise her misery by 1. So I got to get a misery token out. Now she is miserable as well as tired and fatigued. Oops, I'm making a mess here. Hold on. Okay. Move that back up because I got all these tokens here. I got to move these out of the way. And Amelia is now got 4 conditions on her. I think there's something to do with that. I got to read that. And then for the next thing, we're going to draw 2 narrative action cards. Okay, we're going to draw 1, 2, and see what they are. I don't even know what most of these do. So, Night Owl, play at the beginning of the evening phase. Choose 1 character. The character may now perform all their actions again as if it was daytime. That's pretty powerful. Like a mouse, play during scavenging stage. Oh, we're going to do that. Night Owl. That seems too valuable to me. I'm going to shuffle that back into the narrative deck. So we got 2 narrative cards, narrative actions that we can do. That's awesome. And, guys, that marks the end of our turn. So right now we could save the game, write things down on a sheet, but we're not going to do that. We're going to stop right there, enjoy our characters. You can see all their statuses. So Pavel he's ill still. He's miserable, not much, and he's a little hungry. Our guy, Boris, who took the lockpicks, we can get those back in the storage, he is hungry and fatigued. He's going to have to rest. We don't want that fatigue to go up. If he sleeps in the bed, it'll go completely away. He can sleep on the floor and it'll go away too. But he is hungry. We don't have any food. I don't know how to get any food. Sveta, she's hungry and fatigued. And then Amelia, she's got a lot of stuff. We don't have any water either. I'm going to have to really... Guys, if you have any idea, after I post this, tell me how to get some water and food if you know how to play the game. I'm really concerned about why I can't find any. You know, I've searched like crazy, but didn't find anything. I think the Quiet House is going to do better for us because it has meds and canned food. It might be that we have to build something that maybe get a filter, because we can build a filter with the workshop if we have the stuff we need. And if we get a rainwater collector, we're going to be able to collect as many as 4 water, and that could be really useful. So I think we're going to have to do that. We're going to have to do that. But anyway, guys, tell me what you think of the game. I like it. I think it would be more interesting, actually, for me. It would be more interesting if we were playing with if I was playing with other people. We were making these critical decisions together, that sort of thing. And I'm going to end this on a cool note. You guys know I did a playthrough of the game Renegade by Richard Wilkins, who is Ricky Royal. Awesome dude. Does videos like I do, and you probably know him. His Kickstarter for Renegade has gone live, and you saw my playthrough. I really enjoyed that game, and I went, even though I have a copy of it sitting here, I went and Kickstarted it anyway because I think it's worth it. And so, guys, I just want to let you know that it's currently on Kickstarter. You can see my playthrough there, along with Rado did a playthrough, and one of the other guys did it. Rolling Solo did it as well. You can see that on the Kickstarter page, plus some other stuff, plus Ricky's own videos that he did for the game. So guys, check that out. Renegade is an awesome game. Go back and watch my playthrough and enjoy. That is it for tonight, guys. I really, really appreciate you watching and sticking with me on this. This is kind of learning. You see the second turn for me went way smoother than the first one, so it is reasonably intuitive. There's just a lot of dice rolls. I'm not going to say I didn't make any mistakes. I'm not sure. There's a lot of cards, a lot of dice rolls to look through. But we're going to get to our next turn soon, and hopefully it doesn't get too much colder in our building. It's cold. It's cold enough right now where Amelia, who does not like the cold, gains some misery from that. So you can see again our stats and our status. We're okay. We're not wounded. That's good. But we're starving and need water. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I will talk to you next time. I appreciate it. Guys, I'm really getting close to the 4,000 mark. It's like a crazy slow crawl for me on subscribers, but if you can help me get there, I am going to give away games when I hit it. I don't know how many, but at least 2. I have 2 ready and waiting, still in shrink, brand new. One of them is Arkham Horror, actually. So I'm going to give those away. Please jump in there. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. I'm going to give away when we hit 4,000. So take care, and I will talk to you soon.